The hype for this new upcoming JOJO Gacha game, at least for me, is growing every single day. And I cannot wait to see what this game has in store for us. And that is why I took the initiative and asked some members of the community what they wanted to see implemented into this new JOJO Gacha game. But before we hop into the community response portion of this video, I just want to say two things really quick. Number one, shout out to the JoJo's Golden Anthem Discord. That's actually where I went ahead and posed this question. Shout out to the mods also for allowing me to do so. A link to that Discord will be in the description. Make sure to go ahead and join if you want to keep up to date with this game. Secondly, guys, we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. If you want to see more JoJo content, especially centered around this new game, I'm going to be covering it like a madman. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Guys, I can't even explain how excited I am, so let's hop straight into the community response. Shout out to everyone who responded, by the way. So, Freedom, shout out to you. He says, I hope this game does crossovers with other franchises. That would be cool, as well as has replayability. These are two important things. I'm going to go ahead and address them separately. So, when it comes to collabs, I do think this JoJo game could benefit from it as any other game would. However, I really want this JoJo game to really prove that it can stand on its own 2 feet. That's extremely, extremely important. So it doesn't have to depend on any other game or any other franchise to do well. If JoJo can prove that, then by all means, I'm here for it. Let's see some One Piece, in the game. Let's see some Dragon Ball, some Naruto, some Attack on Titan. That would be incredibly, incredibly hype. And then in terms of replayability, this is something that's extremely important, right? There has to be something about this game, either it's like a mechanic or a mode or something that brings us to the game every single day, allows us to do our daily missions, allowed us to play this or do that, interact with the game like this. It doesn't really matter what it is, but it has to have that replayability factor, because again, I don't want this game to go stale. I want to play this for years and years to come. Abdul fan account, shout out to you, and they said fan service. Honestly, dude, I wouldn't mind a little bit of this, I wouldn't mind a little bit of that, but that's kind of besides the point. Hi Dex, shout out to you. He said, I want to play as Shigechi and make him a beast. Honestly, dude, Shigechi and his stand Harvest, that would be a really interesting card in the game. I don't know how that would work, but imagine. Honestly, I feel like Shigechi would be more like a free-to-play unit, but still he should be like one of the best free-to-play units in the game. Come on, let's be honest, right? But I would kind of summon for Josuke slash, Shigechi. Let me know if you guys would summon for him in the comment section below. Homie576, shout out to you. He said, I really want a JoJo game that represents the character in a fun way and has good mechanics. So, what I think he means here is giving these characters personality, right? Imagine playing as Josuke and every single minute he combs his hair or makes a remark about his hair, right? That's giving these characters personality, and I would really, really enjoy that. It adds a nice, touch to the game. Funny Man, shout out to you. He says, honestly, the main thing I want is probably good gameplay and a lot of it. I would like to have a game I can play for a long time whenever I'm bored, and this ties directly into the replayability factor, right? This JoJo game, I see a lot of gacha games currently, they have one style of play, right? There's one style, one way the game works, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if this JoJo Gacha game had different styles for different modes. Maybe one mode was a 3v3, not 3v3, my bad, a 3D aspect, right? Maybe there's a PvP aspect. Maybe there's an aspect that looks like Pitter Patter Pop, right? If this game could offer different ways, that would keep the game very interesting and allow us to interact with these units a little bit differently. So I would really, really, really enjoy that. And that's actually a really good point. So Levid, shout out to you, my man. He says, I kind of like the mansion feature in Pitter Patter Pop. Maybe they could add something a bit like that in the game. So for those of you that aren't aware, Pitter Patter Pop is another JoJo Gacha game, and I'm not too familiar with the game itself, but I do know that in the central hub, there's this little mansion where you can customize the rooms and put different characters in different rooms and stuff. Honestly, they could have something like that in this JoJo Gacha game, where maybe on the home screen, dude, you know what I just thought of? So the comment before from Hydex where he said, you know, play as Shigechi. Imagine there was like a limited time event where like Shigechi would use his stand and you could like steal loot, but like from his harvest stand, you can steal loot from other players. Honestly, that would be pretty cool. I don't know how that would work, but honestly, that would be pretty cool. And he would be like in the central. Honestly, dude, that's actually a really dope idea. I don't want my loot stolen, but that could be a really interesting mechanic. Maybe there's like a mode centered around that, but that would be really, really cool. Yeah, Yeetus. Bro, I love your name, by the way, and your profile pic. This man says good rates. Good rates. Again, you know, this is an RNG game, right? All gacha games are based off of RNG. You can, you know, be free to play, do a single, and pull the new unit, and you can drop a whole bag and not pull the new unit. It's completely based off of RNG, but I want the rates to be good. I completely agree with this. And as you guys can see, I took the screenshots literally, you know, minutes after I went ahead and posted the question. So a good amount of people actually like this, right? Like a good, so this is something that we want to see. I don't want to have to drop 15 bags to go ahead and pull the new Dio unit. I mean, if I have to, I have to, but that's besides the point, right? So Seno says a decent amount of gacha currency so it doesn't kill the free-to-play player base. This is a really amazing point, right? There's two aspects to gacha games, guys. There's the whale aspect, and then there's the free-to-play. Actually, no, there's three aspects, okay? The whale aspect, the free-to-play aspect, and the people in the middle. The people who can spend at some times and has to save some other times, right? So this game has to cater to both sides. And by that, what I mean is when it comes to the free-to-play side of the game, hopefully this game offers a nice way to get currency. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have to grind. Gacha games are all about grinding. I play a lot of Dokkan, as some of you guys probably know. And Dokkan is like there's a lot of grinding that has to be done in Dokkan. So coming from that background, like I wouldn't mind having to grind for certain things, but hopefully there's a way in the game to actually obtain a lot of that currency so that free-to-play players don't have to just wait around and save forever just to pull 1-2 multis on the new unit. So let me know what you guys think about that, but I think that's a very, very good point. I am Void, shout out to you. He says, bro, I just want an online mode so I can play with the boys. This is a very good point. I don't know how well PvP will work in this game. Again, like I think any game that's too PvP focused could have some downfalls, but as long as PvP isn't like extremely catered to, then I think it can definitely work, right? Co-op, PvP, all these types of modes can give diversity and life to this game, so I'm definitely here for it. But bro, like imagine, you know, fighting, I don't know, imagine fighting Yoshikage and you have to bring Jotaro, you have to bring Koichi, you have to bring Okuyasu, right? And all these other units are your friends. So my friend is bringing Okuyasu, I'll play as Koichi, and my other friend plays as Jotaro, and it all just basically depends on how good our units are, and that'll basically basically decide whether we can go ahead and defeat this. Like I actually really enjoy that. So hopefully we can see something like that. Kaweeb, shout out to you, says imagine playing with Danny. Can we get a quick moment of silence for you know, the biggest GOAT of all of JoJo. We've also says co-op mode with Cars, Dio, Yoshikage, and Diavolo as a boss battle. Again, this is basically what I just touched upon. This is a very solid point. Co-op, I think, would work better in this case than PvP. But again, imagine playing as your friends to go ahead and take down a bigger boss where the community will get rewards in general. I think I would really enjoy this. And last but not least, we have Hikari. Shout out to you. He says, no turn-based actual skill. I think in another comment you said you actually wanted PvP as well. And honestly, I wouldn't mind both. I wouldn't mind a game that, or modes that were turn-based and then modes that weren't turn-based, right? Where actually like you needed skill. And I want that in this game as well, right? I want you to actually learn how to use specific units. I want you to understand what, like, I want there to be skill involved, but again, I wouldn't mind for a more nonchalant mode, just like Dokkan, where you can just, like, guys, there's modes in Dokkan where you have to really pay attention with what you're doing, and then other modes where you can literally be doing anything else in the world while you're playing the game and defeating the boss, right? So if this game can have both aspects, I think it would do really, really well. These are some of the responses that I got for this question. Guys, let me know everything you want to see regarding this new and upcoming JoJo Gacha game. If you guys are excited, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.